Today's session is going to be very powerful. Today's session is going to be very powerful as we are looking forward to impacting knowledge in this 3 days of real estate acceleration, 3 days real estate accelerator program that we'll be having. We want to say a very big welcome to every one of you. Thank you for joining in the session, and as much as possible, I want to implore us to get as many persons as possible to join in this session, because this is going to be an impactful 3 day session. We are not just here to tell you facts that doesn't work or things that are not applicable, but we are here to impact you the right knowledge that you need as a salesperson to excel at whatever thing that you are doing. And we are, without even wasting any time, we are going to be going straight into it. We are going to be going straight into the session, because I want to see how we can fast track everything. Now, when I say fast track, I mean that fast tracking the process of you getting the benefits of joining the session. That's what I mean by fast track. I'm not saying fast track so that we will rush through the session and things like that. No, we are going to take our time to dissect things in the very best possible way that we can, so that you can all understand what it means to be a salesperson, the strategies needed, the activities that you also need to put in place, and many things like that. So I want to implore every one of us, as much as possible, try to take away distractions, right? Try to take away distractions from you, and then as possible as you can, try to pay full attention. And in paying full attention, I mean taking notes of points that are being stated by the facilitators, because we have two great facilitators that will be taking up these sessions. And I want to tell you that it's going to be extraordinary. Why am I saying this? Because these are people that are industry experienced people that have gone ahead. They have done things, they have seen the industry, they know how the industry works, and then they are able to also impact in you the right kind of thing for you to be able to maximize opportunities that you have and things like that. So I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you, every single one of you on this call today. I think I need to call out our names one after the other, and I appreciate you. Akombo Japheth, thank you so much. Atinuke, Mrs. Atinuke. So good to see you. Sorry, is my audio reverbing?
Yeah.
Let me fix that. Okay, so for those of us on the call, I would implore you to please mute your mics so we don't get reverbs as well from your side. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, beautiful. So I want to say a very big
thank you
for joining the session, Mrs. Atinuke. Good to see you. Ayomide Emmanuel, Bonnie B, Bumi Aino, good to see you. Selena Okori, our very own admin, good to see you. Comfort, Patrick, Elpwe, Inilbong Essien, Kafayat Agbola, Moses Rachel, Oladele Ige, Jessica, Oluwapelumi, good to see you. Philip, Elizabeth, good to see you. Philip Mary, Sami, Sanusi Ibrahim, Yusuf Abdurrahim, one of you, good to see you. Now, there's something I want us to do. And I usually do this a lot in every of our sessions because I know that our sessions are very, very important and impactful. I always want everybody to be carried along. That's just me. Probably that's my own weakness. I don't know. But I love a situation where everybody is carried along. And in this call today, I before we take it up in the next 2 minutes, in the next 3 minutes, I want us to go to our various groups. Any group that you are in, I want you to go to that group and type "We are live." Kindly join the session. We are live. Join the session. We are live. And also invite 5 persons to join the session in the next 2 minutes. Let's do this as a team. Let's do this as a team. In the next 2 minutes, let's go to any group you are in, type "We are live" and then share the meeting link to 5 persons to join in the session. Share the link to 5 persons to join the session in the next 2 minutes. In the next 2 minutes, let's do that. Come on, let's do that. You see, I'm with my phone as well. I'm also about doing that too. So let's do that. Let's go to our various groups. Let's type that "We are live joining the session." We are live joining the session. In the next 2 minutes, let's do that. Then I'll introduce our speaker, and our speaker is going to take it up from there. Let's type in our various groups "We are live." Kindly join the session. Beautiful, beautiful. I can see what Delcam Realtors is doing. Awesome, awesome. Let's type "We are live" everywhere. Share the meeting link. Share the meeting link to your WhatsApp status. Share it to 5 people. 5 people. Share it to 5 persons. A minimum of 5 persons. You can do 10 persons. You can do 20 persons. Share it to as many persons as possible. Share it to all the groups that you are in. Let's get as many persons as possible to join the call. Thank you. Oluwabelumi said done. Beautiful. If you've shared it to 5 persons, comment 5 persons. If you share to 5 groups, comment 5 groups. Let's see that. Let's see that. If you've shared it to 5 persons, comment 5 persons. If you've shared it to 5 groups, comment 5 groups. If you share to your WhatsApp status, comment WhatsApp status. Let's see. Let's do this as a team. Let's do this as a team. Let's do this as a team. Beautiful. I can see more persons joining the call. Let's get these numbers to about 100. Let's get it to 200. Let's get it to as many persons as possible. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. I can see the energy. Sanusi said WhatsApp group. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that energy. I love that energy. Kafayat said 5 persons. Beautiful, beautiful. Energy, energy. Delvi said done WhatsApp status. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Share it to as many persons as possible. Get as many persons as you can to join the session. Is a session that you can't afford to miss. You cannot afford to miss this session. So let's share it to as many persons as possible. Our facilitator is joining us already. Omotayo Bello said, done. I love this. I love the energy. I love the energy so much. I love the energy in the group. Olua Belumi said, WhatsApp groups, status, and 5 persons. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Everybody, you need to emulate Belumi and share to your WhatsApp status, share to your groups, share to 5 persons. Let's get many persons to join the session today. For those persons, Oladele Ige said 5 persons. Beautiful. I love the energy. This is the energy. This is what we call teamwork. This is what we call team effort, team energy, and I love it so much. I want us to keep up with this energy even while we are on in the session. I love the energy right now, so let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Now, we are going to be going straight into the session right now because our facilitator is right here with us. And before we start out that, let me quickly do a brief introduction about myself, particularly for those persons that are yet to meet me. My name is Abel Victor Timipamowe, and I am the Community Manager and Business Development Manager for Phipps Multilinks Limited. Phipps Multilinks Limited is a real estate development, management, and investment firm located here in Lagos with branches in Ibadan, and also we've expanded globally to the global community. We have different projects spanning across these different states that I've mentioned earlier on, and I am so much excited to have every one of you here in this year's episode of the Real Estate Accelerator program. We usually do this every year, and this is the third episode of the Real Estate Accelerator program. Now, the idea behind the Real Estate Accelerator program is to impact in realtors, in salespeople, the right knowledge that they need to excel. Impacting in salespeople the right knowledge they need to excel. Now, there is something that Jeffrey Gitoma said that I'm going to mention here. He said, great salespeople are relationship builders who provide value and help their customers to win. Great salespeople are relationship builders, and they also provide value and help their customers to win. And in the Real Estate Accelerator program, we've done the program in a way that it is also going to be discussing about basic things that seems to be very difficult for some persons, things spanning across issues like relationship building, client acquisition, client retainment, and things like that. All of those things are things that we'll be breaking down in the session. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce our facilitator for today. Let me see an emoji. Let me see our reactions if you are ready for our facilitator for today. If you're ready for our facilitator for today, let me see you indicate. Let me see you indicate. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the energy in the room. I love the energy in the room. The energy in the room is amazing. Our facilitator for today is going to be talking about mastering sales psychology and client behaviors to close deals faster. That's what our facilitator for today, our guest speaker for today, is going to be talking about. Let me do a quick introduction before he takes on the floor. Now, our facilitator for the first session today is Coach Seun Ambassador. He is a visionary who doesn't just build businesses but build legacies. He doesn't just build businesses but builds legacies. He is Africa's first holistic entrepreneurship coach and a peak performance consultant who is not in the business of motivation. Remember, I told you that we are not here to just tell you fallacies. So our facilitator is not in the business of motivation, but in the business of redefining limits. He is a serial entrepreneur and founder who turns ideas into businesses and companies into transgenerational inheritances. He is also the author of two great books whose words ignite the fire of unstoppable success in his readers. From the city of Lagos to the outstretch of Nigeria and West Africa, he stands as a beacon for those who dare to dream bigger and execute strategically in order to create pivotal advancements. With a clapping ovation, I'd like for us to welcome our speaker for today, Coach Seun Ambassador. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Abel. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for being such a great manager of our people. Thank you. Greetings, everybody. How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing great. Mr. Abel, am I able to share my screen? I'm able to share my slide.
Yes, you can. I'm trying
Okay.
to pause sharing my screen from
Okay.
here,
Okay.
so
Okay. So
so you can share your.
this is gonna be
All right, go
how
ahead. Go ahead.
everyone's gonna be able to experience a pivotal um of some of the things that might look like what are those people? Please, it's
Go
okay.
ahead. We can hear you.
Calm down, please. Everybody calm down. Let's just go right into it. So today I'm talking about mastering sales, mastering sales psychology. Is it telling me I can't share or something? So I'm getting a feedback from here. Mastering sales psychology and client behavior to close deals faster. All right. No, let me try it again. It was telling me that I can't share it. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes, sir. We can see the screen now.
Yes, we can see it. It's
Okay.
up.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Um, so mastering sales, I mean, it's evolve, mastering sales psychology and client behavior to close deals faster. Um, and the focus is the pillars of peak performance mastery, tools mastery, branding, product knowledge, the science of marketing. Please let everybody mute their mics, please. Thank you. And the pillars of salesmanship. Please, as you join us, kindly mute your mic. As you join us, kindly mute your mic because we're getting some feedback from some people. Um, Mr. Ibu, are we recording?
Yes, yes.
Please, can we all mute our mics, please?
Coach, I think you're muted, so kindly unmute.
Oh, I didn't realize I was okay. Okay, I think maybe the admin had to mute everybody. Okay, okay, okay. So, why is this thing behaving like this? Yeah. So as I was saying, when it comes to understanding the subject of psychology, the science of psychology, it is something that you have to pick up personally. The subject of psychology. You can't afford to say that, oh, I didn't study psychology in school, so I won't, I don't want to pay attention to it. If you want to become a force to be reckoned with in this world, it is pretty important for you to pay attention to psychology. If everybody knew how powerful psychology was, they probably would have gone to school to study psychology instead of going to study microbiology or biochemistry, right? Psychology. And your journey to psychological mastery begins with understanding your own psychology first, which is what peak performance mastery is about. If you don't understand yourself, you would not be able to understand other people. And salesmanship is relationship selling. Mr. Abel, I didn't even ask what's the duration of this class? What's the duration of this session? Please let me know so that I can work with that time.
Okay, we're looking at 50 minutes, so we can do 40 minutes rather.
Okay, 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
so we're looking at between now and 11:10, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the peak performance mastery is how you become an attractive person to someone that has money to do business with you. Now, quickly, I'll run through the pillars of peak performance mastery. If you want to become a force to be reckoned with in this world, you must master these pillars. Now, the first important thing you must do when it comes to becoming the kind of person that the people that have money to buy real estate properties, the first thing you need to do to become that kind of person is life and relationship audit. So let me just run you through the pillars. The pillars are life and relationship audit, contact evaluation exercise, the 24-hour clock dynamics, diet, the kind of food you eat impacts your performance. Sleep. If you don't have quality sleep, it will impact your performance. Exercise. If you don't exercise, it will impact your performance. Energy management. These are the pillars of peak performance mastery. Energy management, time intelligence, goal setting, vision boarding, action boarding, scheduling, task mastery, and work ethic. Now, like I said, the first important pillar of peak performance mastery is life and relationship audit. So the first thing you must do in this journey, if you are new in the real estate space, you want to learn how to become a real estate consultant that will be closing back-to-back deals. The first thing you must do is life audit. Do a full analysis of your autobiography, your life, your own life audit, your mindset, your health, your economic status, your financial status. These are the component or the constituents of life audit. What kind of mindset do you currently have? There are two basic kinds of mindset. There is a poverty mindset and there's a wealth mindset. There are no in-betweens. Do you have a poverty mindset right now? If you were raised by poor parents, you most likely have a poverty mindset, except you have proactively done something to re-engineer that mindset. If you have not at any point in your life, since you were raised by your parents, if they were poor, and maybe you were raised in a poor environment, because environment is destiny, if you have not proactively re-engineered that mindset, trust me, that poverty mindset is still intact. And it doesn't matter even if you're 42 years old, or 37 years old, or 52 years old, or 28 years old, or 23 years old. So you must proactively re-engineer that mindset. So life audits. Because see, the reason why you need to do that is because wealthy people can identify poverty mindset a mile away. That's why one of the major reasons why a lot of people struggle in the real estate industry. They're like, I've been talking to this person, all of a sudden you just stop talking to me. Yeah, the person will stop talking to you because the person has identified that you are a carrier of a poverty mindset. And wealthy people do not want to do nothing with a carrier of poverty mindset. And trust me, it does not matter if you were raised in poverty. You can engineer the mindset that wealthy people, that will serve as the magnet of wealthy people. I was raised not in abject poverty, but not in wealth. I was raised by a woman who was always complaining about money. And it became my inner voice as well. Growing up, I had to proactively re-engineer it. First of all, I had to leave that environment. At 19 years old, I left. Because I tried and tried, because I knew growing up that this kind of mindset is make me great in life. I knew it even as a child. And a lot of people knew it as children if they were raised in poverty. That's why you find some people who came from poverty, but they rebelled against poverty. Now they are billionaires, even though their parents were poor, because they had to re-engineer their mindsets. Trust me, it is one of the most, and that's why it's the first thing I like to introduce, life audit. It's one of the most important things you must do. Because if you can solve the problem of mindset, you have solved half of the problem that you can encounter in the real estate industry. See, when I say this, most coaches do not break it down like this. Whereas this is like half of the problem you are meant to solve. The reason why people struggle in the real estate industry is because they are carriers of poverty mindset, right? Then the second important thing is relationship audit. Carry out a relationship evaluation on all the relationships you have. Who are the people you are in a relationship with? Who are they? What is their mindset like? Because you are the average of the top 5, top 10, top 20 people that you hang out with the most. Who are the people you hang out with the most? In terms of mindsets, in terms of economic status, economic and financial status. Are they people who are able to refer people who can do business with you to you? Or are they only people who just say, let's talk about Arsenal and Man U. Oh, Mo go club now. You must evaluate your relationship. There is something I refer to as the golden dozen. The golden dozen are the 12 important people in your life that contribute ingeniously to the 4 important pillars of your life. Your personal life, your career and whatever it is that you do, your source of income, your career, your enterprise, your spirituality, and your economy rather. You need 3 important people to play important roles in these 4 pillars of your existence, 4 pillars of your life. Ask yourself right now, how many of such people do you have in your life? That is the essence of relationship evaluation. Because the quality of the people you have in your life will determine the speed of your rising, the speed of your elevation, the speed of your progress, the speed of your advancement. Right? Now, the second important thing you must do as someone who wants to produce results in the real estate industry is what is called contact evaluation exercise. In the sales industry, there is a statement that we like to make. We say that sales is, the money is in the list, rather. The money is in the list. You are not going to close any lead. You're not going to close any deal without you having a list. Your contact list is where the money will come from. Your contact list is where the sales will come from. I've met realtors, I've met real estate consultants, I've met salespeople ask me, the only people that have bought from me are the people on my contacts. How can I get new people? And I'm like, what do you mean by the only people who have bought from you are the people on your contacts? Because the only people who should buy from you are the people on your contacts. Your contact evaluation exercise is a must if you are going to begin to have next level clarity as far as salesmanship is concerned, as far as selling is concerned. Now there are 5 important lists on the contact evaluation exercise. You have come up with a paper, like a sheet of paper like this, A4 paper, and you title them with all these lists: asset list, client list, prospect list, maybe list, liability list. These are the 5 lists that you must generate out of your contact. If you have 2,700 contact, if you have 3,500 contact, if you have 1,200 contact, if you have 600 contact, whatever, you must place everybody on your contact list right now on the appropriate list. Now, your asset list is the list of the rich people that you have currently saved on your contact. Whether they have done business with you before or not is inconsequential at this point. Asset list is a list of the rich people, the people that have money on your contact. Write them on your asset list. The second list is your client list. Your client list are the people who have done business with you sometime in the past. It doesn't matter whether it's a 10,000 naira product or a 10 million naira product, whatever. Client list is the list of the people that have done business with you before now. Because if they could have done a 10,000 naira business with you, they can do a 100,000 naira business with you. If they could have done a 100,000 naira business with you, they can do a 1 million naira business with you, on and on like that, right? Client list. Now, the third important list are prospect lists. Prospect list is the list of the people that have money and that have interest in real estate properties that you have now begun to talk to about your offerings, about the properties that you are marketing, and then they have indicated interest sometime in the future in patronizing you. That is the prospect list. The difference between a prospect list and an asset list is that a prospect list is the list of people that have money to do business with you, that you have started talking to, and they have acknowledged you as a professional who they can do business with. That's different. But asset list is strictly people who have money on your list that you have not started talking to yet. As a matter of fact, the eventual move, you are eventually supposed to move all the people on your asset list to your prospect list. But you're not just supposed to automatically move them to your prospect list simply because they have money. You have to move them to your prospect list because you have started engaging them on a one-on-one basis, on the basis of the offerings, the real estate properties that you want to introduce to them, and then they have acknowledged it. That is when you move them to the prospect list. Now, as you move into the future, as you carry out the job of a real estate consultant, of a realtor, of an area sales manager, as you carry out this job, you are supposed to be meeting new people that have money that were not hitherto on your contact list by virtue of events that you attend, conferences that you attend, ceremonies that you attend, places that you visit. You get to meet new people, referrals. You get to meet new people. As you meet them, you note them down. Most especially, I'm talking about rich people now, because if you don't have money, you can't buy real estate, right? So as you meet new rich people, you put them on your asset list. And then as you talk to them about your offerings, and then they agree to do business with you sometime in the future, or maybe they agree to do business with you very soon, you now move them to your prospect list. Your job, one of your fundamental jobs as a real estate consultant, as a salesperson, as a sales executive, as an area salesperson, as an area sales manager, as a field sales agent, is to be building a list of the people that will do business with you. List building is something that you must be dedicated to in perpetuity, because the money is going to come out of the list. The money is always in the list. So prospect list. Now, the fourth important list is maybe list. Maybe list. Maybe list is the list of the people that you can't exactly ascertain whether they are rich or poor. Maybe you got their contact 17 years ago when they were still poor, or when you guys were still in school or something, whatever, right? But you're not in the know of their current economic and financial status. So you put such people on your maybe list. And then your goal is to now call them to find out where they are economically and financially. Nothing wrong in doing that. As a matter of fact, if you are not doing that, then you are not proactive about engineering the kind of economic and financial reality that will be in alignment with your economic and financial destiny. Every adult in my life, I have carried out an economic and financial evaluation on them. All those talk of, people want to size you up. Yes, I always size people up. Because why do I need to size you up? Because I need to know how you can do business with me. Because one of the hallmarks of adulthood is economic and financial muscle. One of the hallmarks of adulthood is the ability to initiate transactions. I don't have friends. I don't make friends. I initiate relationships on the basis of business transactions, not friendship. I used to do friendship, but those were the days of ignorance and naivety. It is not my clients that becomes friends with me. I'm that intentional. You should be that intentional too. If you are going to produce pivotal results in the sales industry, in the real estate industry, you must be that intentional. Don't let anybody, guilt trip you by saying, so if I don't have money, you not be friends with me. Yes. And I expect you not to be friends with me too if I don't have money, if I can't do business with you, if I can't transact with you. You've had somebody on your contacts for 10 years. No transaction has transpired between you and them, and you are still keeping them on your contact. What are they doing there? They're just occupying space. So the maybe list is the fourth important list. The fifth list is liabilities list. Now, when you carry out this exercise, see, it will just make it evident to you that based on the number of people on the different lists, let's say maybe you have 1,200 contacts saved on your phone right now, and only 7 people could make it to the asset list. You'll be like, what? I have 1,200 people on my contact and only 7 people are rich. What? And then you look at the client list, you look at the prospect list, you look at the maybe list, you look at the liability list. Most of the time, it is a liability list that are usually the most. Because people were not raised on the back of economic and financial literacy. Most of our parents were not economically and financially literate. So they can't give what they don't have. They couldn't give what they didn't have. They couldn't give what they don't have. Right? The onus was now on us to engineer our own reality on the basis of economic and financial literacy. Right? So once you have this list, you are going to call all of them. Now, even the liability list, you are not supposed to discard them. You're just supposed to remove them from your phone and have them on an A4 paper like this and keep them separately somewhere, because the liabilities of today can become assets tomorrow, right? But you need the people that you are going to do business with today. That is why you need to carry out this counter evaluation exercise. If anybody have any question, just wait till the till question and answer session. Now, the next slide, the 24-hour clock dynamics. I like to always introduce this to salespeople. I like to always introduce this to real estate consultant, because all that you have per day is your 24 hours. And your understanding of how to deploy these 24 hours goes a long way in powering the kind of results that you can engineer. The 24-hour clock is divided into 3 different 8-hour segments. 3 different 8-hour segments. Right? The first 8 hour is the ideal sleep mode. I thought this was a subscription Google Meet. But anyways, the first 8 hours is ideal sleep mode. The second 8 hour is natural detoxification mode. And the third 8 hour is the feeding mode. Now, a lot of people do not know why they get tired by 9 a.m., by 10 a.m. They're feeling exhausted. It is because they do not understand the clock dynamics of the 24-hour, 24-hour day. The most ideal time for you to be sleeping is between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. Most ideal time to sleep. I know that some of you will say, 8 p.m. I'm still in traffic, safe. But based on the science of the human anatomy, the most ideal time for you to be sleeping is between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. Now, the next 8 hour is what is called natural detoxification mode from 4 a.m. to 12 noon. That is the 8 hour of natural detoxification mode. Your body is naturally detoxifying at this point. It is also the 8 hour of ideal work. The best work of the day is going to be done from the time you wake up at 12 noon. So 4 a.m. to 12 noon is the best time to do the best work for the day. Because when you wake up between 4 a.m., from 4 a.m., you wake up with what is called prime energy. And prime energy is the sweetest energy of the day. The moment it's 12 o'clock, 12 noon, you are already experiencing exhausting energy, exhaustive energy, exhausted energy. So now, when you are in natural detoxification mode, you are not supposed to be eating. I know that most of us were raised wrong. We were raised on what is called breakfast. And they say breakfast is the food you eat in the morning. But you see, if you want to be able to leverage your prime energy for your most important work, which is the work of a real estate consultant, the work of an area sales manager, the work of a realtor, the work of a sales executive, you should not be eating within this 8 hour period. I know that some of you might be hearing it for the first time, but trust me when I tell you that if you implement this, if you adopt this into your day-to-day reality, you will see changes very, very quickly. You'll see changes in your energy output. You see changes in your mind. You see changes in the way you think, the way you come up with creative output, because the best time for creativity is between 4 a.m. and 12 noon. Anything after 12, you're already experiencing exhausted energy. Right now, the third 8 hour is the ideal time for you to eat. Between 12 noon and 8 p.m. is the ideal time for eating. So I usually don't eat before 12 noon, and I don't eat after 8 p.m. because you are not supposed to be eating 2-3 hours before you go to sleep. Right? If you have to go to sleep by 10 p.m., the last time you should eat should be 7 p.m. If you have to go to sleep by, the last time you should eat should be 6 p.m. 3 hours before you go to bed, so that the food can digest before you go to bed. Because if you go to bed after eating, digestion will be interrupting your quality sleep. That's why some people can sleep for 8 hours, 7 hours, and still wake up feeling exhausted. It's because when the body was supposed to be resting, it was digesting food. Next slide. So, feeding the kind of food, the best kind of become a high individual. I don't eat meat. I don't that come from animal. I don't take it. Feeding, quality sleep, important. Exercise. I don't go to the gym. But I tell people, a creative way you can exercise using the ground and your body is all you need. And people, a lot of people have challenged me that, what do you mean? You need to go to the gym. I said, it's okay. Let's see how sustainable that is. Now, energy management. As someone who wants to produce high-level results, you want to start closing, deals in tens of millions of naira, hundreds of millions of naira. You need to understand that your major currency is your energy, and learning to maximize the use of your energy, because the most dynamic currency that you have is energy. Energy is what you convert to intelligence. Energy is what you convert to money. Energy is what you convert to sales. Energy is what you use to engage the marketplace, to engage your prospect. So it is the most important, most dynamic resource that you have. So you must not squander it. You must learn to guard against your energy. Guard against intruders. When it comes to energy management, there is such a thing as energy polarity. You either have negatively charged energy polarity or positively charged energy polarity. Everybody carries an energy field. Your energy field is part of the component of what is called a selling environment. If you are going to make sales, most especially in a high-ticket industry like real estate, you must create a selling environment all the time. And your energy field is what will determine if you are going to have a selling environment or not. Your energy field. If it is negatively charged, trust me, you're not going to make a sale out of that conversation. But if it is positively charged, on the basis of you carrying a positively charged energy field, you are going to be able to get the person you are talking to begin to think of, oh, okay, I think I need to buy into this. Because that sweet energy atmosphere, what we call aura, your personal aura, that sweet energy field that you are carrying is influencing their decision subconsciously. Right? Now, I won't be able to say much here, but I would like to quickly talk about the personal activities evaluation, because we have very, very limited time. Your personal activities evaluation. You must evaluate your personal activities, because the secret to success is in the things you do on a day-to-day basis. Now, a lot of people are programmed to do things that does not lead their life in the positive direction, consciously and unconsciously. As a sales executive, and a sales executive who is interested in producing high-level results, you must come up with a to stop doing list. If you were not raised in a high-powered environment, you are most likely doing things that will prevent you from producing results. If you were not raised in a high-powered environment, you already do things that will limit you from producing next-level results. So you need to actually come up with an A4 paper like this and come up with an exhaustive list of the things you are doing right now that is not helping you make money, that is not helping you learn, that is not helping you grow. Whatever those things are, whether they're human beings or they're activities that you are engaging yourself in, like just scrolling on social media like a robot, mindless scrolling. These are some of the things you must stop doing. Understand that the 24-hour clock dynamics, the way you are proactive about using it and deploying it as a sales executive is what would eventually lead to sales. Is what you're going to build momentum on day in, day out, that will now break through to sales. So if you are doing things that will not tilt the pendulum of your salesmanship in the direction of result production, then you must stop doing them. So you must come up with a to stop doing list before you now come up with a to-do list. Most people do not come up with a to stop doing list first. And so they come up with a to-do list and they are not able to do nothing. Because the to stop doing list is occupying prime space that the to-do list ought to be occupying. So you need to come up with it to stop doing list first before you now come up with a to-do list. Now, a to-do list is a list of the things you are meant to do daily. Right now, if you didn't come up with a to-do list this morning, you are wrong. It simply means that you don't know what you're doing, and it simply means that you're not going to be doing that which you ought to do that would eventually lead to sales. Right? Next slide. When it comes to the psychology of selling, when it comes to understanding client behavior, when it comes to understanding the psychology of clients, the psychology of the buyer, value consciousness must be your watchword. Every day I wake up asking myself, how can I bring the highest value to my prospect, to my clients? How can I bring the highest quality value to the people on my contact, to the people who matter on my contact? I am value obsessed. Value obsession is something that you must adopt. You must become value obsessed. You must become obsessed with bringing value to the marketplace. You must become obsessed. You must become obsessed about engineering the value that will move the needle of the attention of your prospect, of your client. Even your clients, they've bought from you before, they can buy again. They've bought from you before, they can refer somebody to you. But you see, the only language that they understand is value. But you see, if you're not proactively obsessed about value, thinking value, drinking value, sleeping value, dreaming value, talking value, you will not become that person who can offer appreciable value to your prospect and to your clients, appreciable value to the marketplace. You must become value obsessed. Now, it is value not because it is value to you, but because it is value to the marketplace. You must understand the difference. That something is valuable to you does not necessarily mean that it's going to be valuable to the marketplace. Does not necessarily mean that it's going to be valuable to your client and your prospect. I mean, I'm sure you know some people, some young people, or not so young people, who thought that they had this next level idea. And then they started a business, they restarted a business. And then by year 2, they have abandoned that business because they tried everything that they thought they could deploy about the idea, and then nobody was buying into it, right? Because they felt in their mind, they felt that, oh, wow, I'm going to become a millionaire, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have a lot of clients. But they didn't even have up to 5 clients because they were assuming that, oh, that value, I mean, that value is going to be valuable to the market. Carry needs analysis is one of the important exercises intentionally carry out if you are going to be able to speak the language of value that the marketplace speaks. Sorry, if you're going to be able to understand and speak the language of value that the marketplace speaks, needs analysis specifically. What are the concise needs of the marketplace? This one is not assumption. You don't assumption is ignorance. Blind when you are assuming, when you are working on the basis of assumption, you are working blind. Mr. Abel, are you here?
Coach, I think we should exit this and then join in the new one because this meeting is ending now. We didn't really set it up on the paid version, so let's join in the new link that was already sent. I think the team has sent the new link to the groups, so let's join in that one already, and we'll take it up from there, please.
I'm not
should
on
have set
group.
up.
I'm not on the group.
Should have set up.
Okay, please
I'm not on the group.
share the link with him, please.
Mr. Abel, share it in the ASM group as well.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to be back shortly, and we'll continue from.
Can you share it on the message here as well, so that people here can possibly copy it and join here from here?
Okay, now.
Message here.
Just check the